living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days.
Welcome to my channel, Fun English with Momoy. Today, we are going to learn English through story. In this episode, we will listen to one of the most well-known Indonesian folk tales, the legend of Lake Toba and Samosir Island. By listening and reading this story, you will not only discover the beauty of Indonesia's folklore, but also improve your English vocabulary, pronunciation, and understanding naturally. Remember, I'm still learning English every single day too, memorizing new words, practicing pronunciation, and understanding their meanings. It's okay if we have our own accents, or if our grammar isn't perfect yet. What truly matters is how clearly we speak and that people can understand what we want to say. Learning English is a journey, not a race. Every small step counts. Every word you learn brings you closer to fluency. So don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are proof that you are learning and growing. Now, let's enjoy today's story together. Listen, learn, and feel inspired by the wisdom hidden in our Indonesian legends. So, let's begin the story of how a great lake and an island were born from a promise that was broken. Long ago, in the northern part of Sumatra Island, Indonesia, there lived a young farmer named Toba. He lived alone in a small wooden hut near a river. Toba worked hard every day, planting rice in the field and fishing in the river. Even though his life was simple, he was known as a kind and honest man. One bright morning, Toba went to the river to fish. He waited for a long time, but not a single fish bit his bait. Just as he was about to give up, his fishing rod suddenly shook strongly. He pulled it with all his strength. To his surprise, he caught a big golden fish. The fish's scales shone brightly under the sunlight. Toba was amazed and happy, thinking he would have a delicious meal that day. But as he was about to clean the fish, something incredible happened. The fish suddenly spoke in a soft voice. "Please, don't kill me." Toba dropped his knife in shock. He couldn't believe what he heard. The fish continued, "I am not an ordinary fish. I was cursed to live in this form. If you set me free, I will reward you." Toba was a kind man. Out of pity, he released the fish back into the river. Suddenly, the fish disappeared, and in its place stood a beautiful young woman. Toba was stunned and could not speak for a moment. The woman smiled gently and said, "I was the fish you saved. Thank you, kind man. Now I wish to be your wife." Toba could hardly believe it, but he accepted her proposal with great joy. Before they married, the woman said softly, "You must promise never to tell anyone that I was once a fish. If you break this promise, disaster will happen." Toba promised with all his heart. They lived happily as husband and wife. A few years later, they had a son named Samosir. Samosir grew up to be smart and cheerful, but he was sometimes lazy and stubborn. His father loved him dearly, but sometimes Toba got angry when Samosir refused to help. Every morning, Toba worked in the fields far from home. His wife and son would prepare his lunch and Samosir would bring it to him. One day, as usual, his mother cooked rice and fish for Toba's lunch. She reminded her son, "Be careful on your way and don't play around. Your father must be hungry." Samosir nodded and laughed, but on his way to the field, he stopped to play with his friends by the river. They played for hours until he forgot about his father's lunch. When he finally arrived at the field, it was already late afternoon. The food was cold and Toba was very hungry. Toba asked angrily, "Why are you so late?" Samosir lowered his head and said nothing. Toba's anger grew stronger. He shouted, "You lazy boy! You really are the child of a fish." As soon as he said that, he froze. He realized he had broken his promise. Samosir cried and ran home to his mother. When he told her what had happened, her face turned pale. She said softly, "Your father has broken his promise. Now the time has come." She hugged her son tightly, tears falling from her eyes. Soon after, the sky darkened, thunder roared, and rain began to pour heavily. The rain kept falling, and the river overflowed. Water flooded the village and fields, washing everything away. Toba tried to save himself, but it was too late. The flood covered the land and formed a vast lake. Where his home once stood, there was now deep water. And in the middle of the lake stood a small island. They call it Samosir Island. Today, people can still visit Lake Toba and Samosir Island in North Sumatra, Indonesia. It is one of the largest volcanic lakes in the world, surrounded by mountains and breathtaking scenery. The people there continue to tell this story from generation to generation. They believe the story of Lake Toba reminds everyone to keep their promises and respect others. The story of Lake Toba teaches us about honesty, responsibility, and the importance of keeping our promises. When Toba broke his promise, everything he loved was lost. In life, discipline and consistency are as important as honesty, and the same lesson applies to learning English. If we only study when we feel motivated, we won't go far. But if we stay patient, keep practicing every day, and never give up, our effort will turn into something truly beautiful in the end. So, let's remember, never break your promise to others and to yourself. Keep your commitment, stay consistent, and your hard work will bring great results. Thank you for watching the legend of Lake Toba and Samosir Island. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring English stories from around the world. Keep learning, keep practicing, and remember, beautiful things take time. See you in the next episode of Learn English Through Stories.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.